Morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. If you are watching on YouTube, please take a moment to hit subscribe. At least we know who's watching when you do that. So, this morning is going to be very interesting. We have back with us the spirit of Buddha. He's been with us before. He always has a good message. So, I know that he's here. We've been speaking with him. So, let's begin. Good morning, everybody. And yes, thank you so much for allowing me to return and to speak once more. When I walked the earth, it was a difficult time for us. There were many people that were trying to, shall we say, live better lives that did not have guidance for it. There was much evil, just the same as you have much evil today. Evil is very different in this modern time. I am sure all of you picked up on that simple fact. Today, it's everywhere. Today, you have to be very, very careful. You have to be careful who your friends are. You especially have to be careful in what you believe. You see, everywhere you go, people are lying to you. There are incredible lies taking place today. Whole governments are lying to their people. It's your political season in the United States, and I need really to say no more about lying than to point that out. When I walked the earth, I didn't stress a one God. I tried a different approach. I tried to speak of focusing on your inner self, understanding yourself, and advancing. And I didn't understand all the details until I got back, but I spoke of how you could advance with your soul. Now, I didn't understand all of the details. I did have some psychic ability, so I was communicating with the other side. But there were many things that I wanted to bring to the people. I felt that if people functioned on their own, if they focused on themselves, on their own souls, that they would truly be able to obtain a higher degree of satisfaction, a higher degree of understanding themselves first. And if you truly understand yourself, you should be able to understand what is taking place around you. You are but a reflection of what is taking place around you. You teach others, and those others teach others as well. If you teach them good things, then hopefully they'll teach good things. But that's not always true because everyone can make up their own mind about what decisions they want to make. But I took more of a common sense approach. I thought you have to start with self. Self is incredibly important. If you understand that there is evil in yourself, and there is sadly evil in everyone, they acquire it. There's no way around it. Their friends may try to lead them down the wrong path. As I mentioned earlier, there's not much good in your social media or on your newscasts. You're hearing lies all the time. When you believe a lie, then often it can lead to bad things for you. If a person's lying to you, then that should be a clue. That should be a clue that you do not want to be near that person. If you can't trust an individual, stay away from them. It's the only answer, really. And you're going to find in this life that there are many, many people that you can't trust. So you have to learn. Look into a person's eyes when they speak to you. If they cannot look you in the face and you cannot look at their eyes, there's a good chance that they're being evasive. There's a good chance that they're not telling you the truth. there's a very good chance they're misleading you. Be honest with the person. Don't give another person reason to doubt you. If you have embezzled from another person and that word gets out, everyone's going to know that. You think the great sins in your life can be kept a secret. Well, you can for a while. But trust me when I tell you, when you close your eyes that final time, you will realize that there is nothing in your life that's truly a secret. The good and the bad, it's all it's all known. It's known on the other side. You may be able to keep those good and bad things in your life from others. Speak of the good and eliminate the bad. There are many simple ways to explain to you how you can have a better life. There are many, many ways that you can accomplish this. Now, yes, there is a God. There truly is. There truly is a heaven. I know this because I'm there. I am in heaven. I know God in heaven, and I know what He wants of humans. He wants humans to succeed. The first step to success, and I'm not just talking about business or financial success, I'm referring to success as truly knowing yourself. The first step is believing in yourself. You have to understand that you are a miracle. You started with 2 cells, and look at what you've become. And only you know what you have become. You can fool others. You can fool yourself, and many people do that. Many people tell themselves that they are really, really good people. And then they go out the next day and they try to hurt others. Maybe it is simply you have a business and you decide to not compensate your employees adequately. That's not a sign of a good person. You're hurting each and every one of them because they have to exist. They have families to raise. They have children to educate. They have retirement to plan for. You see, individuals today need to be very self-sufficient. Many people think they can simply rely on government and they will take care of them. That is a huge mistake. Have you watched how fast governments change? In the United States, it's every 4 years as your elections because you never know when the new president will come in and change all of the rules. Now, the Constitution builds a foundation, so they can only do so much. In other countries, they have parliamentary forms of government. Some of those, they change almost monthly. So you see, government is continuously changing. Government responds to the wind that these people are speaking to them. You never know much about government. A lot of it's kept secret. But you do know this: trust yourself beyond trusting government. Work towards self-sufficiency. Don't change in what you want to do. You need to find happiness because when you're happy, you will make others happy. When you are sad, you will make others sad. When you grieve, keep in mind this one thing, and it's something I never spoke about in life. When you grieve, the souls on the other side watch you and see it. It makes them grieve as well. You see, the souls on the other side, They have reached a higher plane. The human plane in the scope of things is actually very low. Heaven is very high, and in that heaven, there are different realms. You've been told that. I never spoke of it. I didn't really know it. I was trying to approach living a good life in a different way. When I listen to the messages that God brings you, I often hear, "Don't do anything to anyone you don't want done to you." That is a very simple rule. Yet it is probably the most sage advice you will ever receive. You see, that not only brings happiness to you, but it brings the happiness to others. If you know yourself, then you know that you're capable of doing good things. You may know that you've done bad things in the past, and that's to be expected. All humans must learn. All humans have done things in the past that they regret. Everyone fails to follow the commands of God at certain points in their life. But make sure that it's for you, that it was simply part of the early learning process. Don't keep making the same mistakes. A wise man said that it is insanity to keep doing the same thing and expect different results, and he was correct. If you keep hurting others, don't wonder why others dislike you. Don't wonder why others want to hurt you. If you are cruel and hurt others in many different ways, don't think that you're not going to be treated the same way. Life can be so simple and it can be so difficult, but it is you that makes it difficult. You see, you can be above all these things. You don't have to respond to violence. You have to protect yourself. Now, don't misunderstand me. The turning the cheek thing, that hurts. You don't want to do that. You must protect yourself. But do not use violence when you are not forced to use it. The young today, we see them congregate in gangs, and they specialize in violence. They think that this violence makes them very important. They think that this violence is the way that they can find happiness, but it always ends in disaster. Because those that they show violence to show violence back. That's a terrible thing. If you show violence to others, they're going to show violence to you. If you show anger to others, they will show anger to you. If you show hatred to others, they will hate you as well. But if you treat them with civility, they will, hopefully, treat you with civility. There are always people that won't follow the rules, but that's not your fault. You see, what you must do is your best. I laid a foundation of behavior for you when I walked the earth, and amazingly, millions of people still follow those rules. My teachings that I spoke can help you when you are a member of an organized religion. You must be careful. Many religions are not what you think they are. If a religion is telling you that they are the only pathway to heaven, they are very mistaken. You create your own pathway. You create the pathway that you make the decisions for and the pathway that you follow. A good life creates a wonderful pathway for you. Faith. Now, I never really spoke of it, but now that I'm here, I truly understand how important the foundation of faith really is. You need you need to be what you can be. You make the decisions. You need to look within yourself and understand yourself. The pathway to goodness lies within. It is a process of wonderful decisions that you have the capability of making. Death will come to everyone. That is the one inevitability. When that death comes, you want to have conquered your own life. You want to have conquered your own understanding. You want to have conquered the evil that has been around you. As you grow older, you still have the ability to change your life if you have lived a bad life prior to where you are today. Each day is a day of new beginning. Each day is a day that you can truly go out and say, I am going to change the world. Most of you are going to have to do it one step at a time. It's really hard to change the whole world. But if you speak to the young and you teach them what is good, what is right, you are making an immense step at changing the world. The future is held by the young. You hear that many times. That is why what you teach the young is so important. Look at your schools and see what they are teaching. Sometimes today, there's a concept going around that teachers have more control over your children than the parents. When the parents lose control of the child, that is when that poor child will wander in darkness. The young need to learn. They need to learn about themselves, and they need to be honest with themselves. The young need to learn honesty. They need to learn who to believe, even at an early age, and that person that they should believe is the parents. They should always be able to trust the parents. As parents, you should never ever lie to a child, because once they understand that their parents are liars, they lose faith in them. Speak the truth. Make that a foundation of your life. You've all heard the saying, the truth will set you free. And it is a wonderful saying. Live a life of truth. You see, there are multiple things that are important. How you treat others, how you raise your children, how you help others. But most important is yourself. Everything starts with self. Self is the foundation that you use to build upon. A good self does what is right and tells the truth. It's almost that simple. You can candy coat it in many different ways, but the great simplicity of truth, knowledge, and the fact of living a good life, that is the most important thing that self ever must learn. How can it be so difficult? Because humans make it so. God gave humans free will. You hear that every week, and you know it as a fact. You observe it. Use your free will to build your inner self. Meditate, clear your mind, and let the angels come to you and give you messages. You will hear messages of self. Meditation clears your mind energizes your body. It is a wonderful thing for self-empowerment. You can accomplish whatever goal you put your mind to. If you do not accomplish the goal, try again. All of the great people have made failure a foundation that they grew from. Failure is part of living. Loving is part of life. Know your limitations. Know yourself. Know God exists. Know that his simple commands will set you free. And especially know that you are going to return to this incredible place called heaven when you die. I hope that those words have helped you. Know love, know yourself. It's a great first step for you. Goodbye, and I thank you so much for allowing me to speak to you today. Those souls are incredible, folks. I know you may not believe it, but when I sit down, I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to say. That is all the Spirit speaking to you. God has given me this gift, and I try so hard to share it with everyone. Please tell your friends about it and try to lead them to hearing these messages. I don't do this for personal fame or for money or for anything else. Just Connie and I do this just simply to help you. Goodbye. Have a wonderful week, and we will return to you again with another great message.